Hello, everybody. We are live. Look at who we have here. I never know which way to point. Oh, I did it right on the first try. I don't know how that worked. Do you know them? You should know them. Look, there's a story here. I tried to get them on our show for Super Bowl Sunday, and you know what? So I love this show. I love sharing with you guys great Disney creators, and we have a special creator tonight that we're going to talk about. And I'm so excited, and I'm talking to people. I was talking to you, Maria, trying to get you to say yes. You said yes. Boom. And I'm like, well, let's give her the first date I have, and it was Super Bowl Sunday, which I didn't realize until it got closer to Super Bowl Sunday. And I'm like, oh.
Go Eagles.
The show's over, everybody. What? So I actually said, hey, can we reschedule? Like, oh, yes, please. So you made my day with that.
Of course. I mean, we love Disney and football.
I love it. So everybody, if you don't know who this is Lake Buena Visitors. You know them.
Hey,
that's Maria. That's Chris. They are awesome. They are absolute everywhere on social media. We're going to talk about that a lot. Let me talk about the chat real fast. First of all, Noelle, welcome to the memberships. I appreciate you so much, Noelle. Made my day to pop on and see that. Let me say hi to everybody else. We got Mikey, my favorite Jets fan in the house. Hitchhiking Bones, another Texan in the house. Caitlin, making blue in the house. Thanks for being a member. That's me. James Ryan in the house. Dean Bancroft, thanks for being members. Guys, big Disney fan in the house. I'm trying to go fast. You guys are making my day with all this chat going. Christine Machado in the house. Rob W., what's going on? Extraordinary Larry, that's a fun name. I like that.
He's a doggy.
Love it. Yaya in the house, what's going on, guys? Russ Stapleton, Triple P in the house. Thanks for being a member. Loved your show earlier. Hi, Michael Riley. Hi, R. Johns. Man, I'm sure I'm missing people. Hi, Stacy, the mod of all mods. What's going on? I probably got everybody. I don't know if I got everybody. If I missed you, don't take it personally. Jenna from Resort TV, one in the house. I happen to know Jenna is buddies with Maria, so there's
my best friend.
Oh, I can't. I feel like it's not the manliest thing, and I don't think I.
That's okay. Chris's best friend's Dale, so it's.
Do you do this to Dale? Do you do that to him?
Sometimes I do.
The finger things I do with my friends aren't very good for YouTube, but we'll talk about that another time, maybe. So you guys are crushing it. So let's talk about you. I learned in our little pre-show, 5 minutes of talking before, that your Etsy channel, your business, your T-shirt business.
Looking good.
Apparel business.
It's apparel because we have everything. We have posters.
I was going to say.
Home goods.
Design business,
you name it. Yeah, design.
Dresses.
I want to hear about the posters, and I want to hear about the anniversary. It sounds to me like, well, I learned some new things, so why don't we tell the people?
So our 1 year anniversary to our apparel line is actually going to be June 1st.
June 1st.
How crazy is that?
We should have backed it up 3 weeks. It would have been perfect.
I know. It's so much has happened so quickly. But I was, telling Chris before we started this, part of the reason we even made a design line was we wanted to fill a niche that was needed in the market of cool shirts that were stylish outside of the parks as well as inside of the park. Because a lot of these park shirts you can't wear outside without looking weird, or any of your fandoms. Like obviously we love Star Wars. These look cool. I could wear this out on date night with my leather jacket and still look fun. But a lot of the shirts out there on the market you can't do that with. So, I would waste money and I had a T-shirt drawer this high.
Too many T-shirts.
Yeah, forget ears. It's T-shirts taking over. And then, of course, there was no merch for men. Nothing that was cool by any means. And also, whenever I would buy from shops, I would notice the quality, even from Disney. Sorry, Disney. I would notice the quality lacking, whether it be the material or the way the design was to make it flattering or not. And so I said, Chris, I was like, you know what? Let's do this, and if we're going to do it, let's do it right. Yeah. And, putting all that time and effort before launching officially really paid off, which is probably why we grew so quickly.
Well, you did. I want to talk about that. I mean, when you told me that your business, the Etsy shop, isn't even a year old, that it's about to be a year old, I thought, I've definitely known your shop for more than a year. But apparently not. Yeah, that's crazy to me. Did you have the idea the growth would be so strong?
Well, I started wearing some of my clothes, originally designing them for myself at Minnie Maria Mouse, my other Instagram account, so that I had fun stuff to wear in the park. So some people found them through there, and Chris and I would literally make custom for just random people we met or that messaged me.
That's how we really started, was just custom stuff.
Yeah, just because someone would write me, hey, can I get your shirt? And I'm like, Chris, let's make one. And we literally, that person would get one. And the day things really,
expensive, I'm guessing.
Exactly. Yeah. We didn't make any money. But But the way things really changed was one day we were in the park and a guy stopped Chris and said, I will pay you $50 to take off the shirt, and you can buy a new one in the store.
That one you're wearing right now.
And it was me, and I'm wearing it right now. I gave him,
because we said, I was like, I'm sorry, it's not sold in the Shop Disney. He said, oh, is it Shop Disney? Is it in the stores? And I said, no, it's just my husband made it. And the guy was like, look, I'll give you $50. And I was like, Chris, that's a profit. I was like, he gets a sweaty shirt. Poor man, if you're out there, I don't know your name, thank you, but you made us literally push the pedal to the metal and start the shop.
So this was the first design.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, because we love the Muppets. Again, we were also trying to fill a void for cool styles that don't exist out there.
Yeah.
And we love the Muppets, as you can tell from our future YouTube episode coming up tomorrow. He's also a huge Muppet. He can even, maybe if we give him a little time, he'll even do some voices for you.
So I love the Muppets too, but here's what I love about this shirt. First of all, you got to love America, but I can't even do it. But you don't get good Sam the Eagle merch very often. I couldn't even find it on my own shirt. That was kind of sad. And I love that. Like we were talking pre-show, there's a lot of shirts out there. There's a lot of Etsy shirts out there. My wife has a walk-in closet that's full of all my dollars. All my dollars are gone. Their ears and their T-shirts. And the Etsy shops have filled a void that Disney's great at merch. But for whatever reason, Disney is losing to Etsy shops, including Lake Buena Visitors by far. Like you all eat Etsy world, you're crushing it. And obviously they pay designers a lot of money. Where do you get the inspirations? I mean, obviously you're at the parks a lot and you're obviously creative people, but I'd love to hear a little bit about that. How do you decide, it's time to make this one? You have a really cool Mando thing I want you to talk about too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, realistically, I probably should design for people, but I actually kind of design for ourselves to begin with.
I think it kind of starts with just what we would want to wear for ourselves and what we haven't seen.
Smart.
Even like the Millennium Falcon behind Chris, I said, how cool would it be to see the schematics of the actual Millennium Falcon and figure out how to drive in, like what certain apparatus would be, and that way when you're driving the Millennium Falcon on Smuggler's Run, you could be like, yeah, I got the operations manual. And Chris, having the graphic design degree, puts in the hours and hours and hours it took to make that because literally every single little thing is drawn and done. I mean, I've seen
awesome.
All the art is him. I'll usually come up with the idea or sketch, and then he brings it to fruition because he actually has a graphic design degree.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. So obviously, you guys are pretty interesting people outside of this. So let's talk about that a little bit. So I love this show because I love bringing Disney creators on the show, and I keep track of first person with this many subscribers, first person that did this. It's kind of fun. This is probably, I don't know why I use the word probably. This is definitely the first time I've had an Emmy winner on my show.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've had a professional goalie on my show. And I mean, there's probably some other things too, but I just wanted to brag about that. You have a TV background, you have a sports background, and you're creative too. What the heck? I feel like I need to do a thing with my.
Well, I mean, it's funny. We both are really creative. So both of our jobs, even, his goalkeeping, it's a lot of creativity to be able. I mean, Chris, you can attest to it. When I watch him, it's like watching chess. He has to figure out almost in advance what someone's going to plan to do.
Painful chess.
Painful.
Yes. I've been hit by a soccer ball from a professional soccer player at 70 miles per hour.
One time she got hit by it one time, and I get hit by him like 1,000 times a week.
It's like paintball, but with giant balls. Constantly.
The time that happened, Maria looks at me. She goes, "All right, now I have a true testament of what you have to go through every single day, and I appreciate it a lot more because it put my body through the ringer for a long time."
Oh, I bet. So I'm a very, 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 very former athlete. Now I'm just a big old fat guy. But back in the day, I did play some soccer. I mean, I'm talking, junior high and down. And I can tell you why I quit right now. Getting kicked in the shin is it's the second worst thing to have happen on the soccer field. And as a goalie, you're actually wanting them to hit you. Like, let's just be real. This is why I quit soccer. I used to think I was tough. I know now I wasn't, but I thought I was. You, my friend, are clearly tougher than me. Why the heck didn't you play forward where they get to kick it at the goalie?
Yeah, there's 10 players on the field that are trying to put the ball in the net. And there's one crazy guy trying to stop them.
Yes,
that's me. So it's a lot of people have asked since I've been playing, and when you talk to different fans and you talk to young kids about their striving to be professional athletes and professional goalkeepers. Even they say, "Well, what do you have to do to be a professional goalkeeper?" I look at them, I go, "You got to be crazy because that's the first thing you got to do." We're all crazy in some way, shape, or form, which is probably why the creative side of things really just
they go hand in hand. Crazy and being creative.
I think you're right.
They go hand in hand.
Because there'll be times at 2 a.m. I'll come up with an idea, and I wake a poor guy up, and I'm like, oh my God, how cool would it be to have Peter Pan flying, and then we're gonna have gold dust on the thing, and he's like, oh my God, go to bed. But yeah, we're both a little. We're quirky, and I mean, our love of Disney is awesome. I mean, my mom used to joke that whoever I married, we had to do the Disney test, and that meant taking them to Disney World. And if we spent a week and loved it and had a great time, then we could get married. And he was the first one to pass the test.
And I've been coming since I was a little kid. My family took me on trips when I was 2, then. Plenty of other times as well, all the way up until when I was 18 and graduated high school. My parents took myself and my older brother into the room. They said, we want to take you guys on a nice family vacation. Might be one of our last family vacations before we're all going away to college and everything. Where do you guys want to go? What do you want to do? The two of us looked at each other. Let's go to Disney.
I love it.
We had the time of our lives in Disney again. So we used to come a lot when we were younger as well, and we got hooked on it.
And
I love that.
Now we live here. We kind of moved, unfortunately, right as the pandemic happened. So we don't get to enjoy Disney per se outside, but now we're doing it from home. So, I mean, part of the reason we started the YouTube channel, too, was, speaking of careers, obviously he's been on broadcast news many times with his job. I worked full-time for many years on air and in production. And I said, I used to do the morning show for NBC. I can do a live show. This is easy for me. And he's actually the producer. So even though he's usually in front of the camera.
Yeah, you're 4 minutes in and you're like, all right, honey. And you're talking to him off screen. I was like,
he's amazing. I'm always in awe, but he's also, again, like I said, really creative. And this has been a fun way, whether it's bringing Disney magic at home through this, fun through our Instagram account, or, now the YouTube channel, bringing Disney magic at home when we need it now more than ever.
Yep. Yeah, amen to that. Well, I was going to say, the segue would have been good when he was talking about being crazy. It's also crazy, besides getting thumped in the face with soccer balls, it's also crazy to go on TV every day in front of 1 billion people and, talk. And you've done that. So
you do that. But technically, you do that every day.
Yeah,
So a lot of times, of course, Jenna, if you're still in the room, Jenna, I know, they're all so good. I always tell them, I'm like, if you ever want to work in news, you're more than welcome to let me know, and I'll call
hook you up.
There's also a really awesome kid, Nick, Magical News Live. He's fantastic.
Yes.
And I tell him, you want an internship, give me a call. But realistically, I do think the future of television is going to be here.
I agree.
More and more people want to see programming geared specifically to what they want to see. Whereas what I was doing was just general, broad news, always with a fun spin, because that's my personality too. But nonetheless, I think what you're doing is truly the future, and it's fun to be a part of that.
Well, I love that you say that. I appreciate that. I was having a conversation with a friend not too long ago, this week, and this is a weird time on the planet. Everybody's aware this is a very strange time on the planet. Abe Lincoln, 1800, and I'm interested to see Jimmy Fallon and Anderson Cooper and all the names that we all know doing what we do, doing what you did the other night, doing what we do. They're the talent. Jimmy Fallon's funny. Jimmy Fallon, okay, I get it. But he's got 100 people who turn on the lights and turn on the audio and have the script and it's kind of neat. The playing field, as Pat Flynn's been saying, it's kind of even right now. And you kind of have to be able to do 47 different things and deal with the dog and make sure the internet's, not
Well,
broken.
they still have a teleprompter. You can connect your iPad into a little. I was telling Chris because we notice certain things because I know it from working in TV. Whether somebody's reading a teleprompter or even an earpiece where a producer's telling you what to say. So realistically, what you're doing is a lot harder, or what we're doing, what all of our YouTube friends, Jenna, Resort TV One, all of our friends that have YouTube channels, what you're doing is way harder because they have professional lights, they have fancy cameras.
Yeah, they're not by themselves. I mean, they might say they're by themselves, but they're up there.
And I would say we have cooler backgrounds than a lot of them do. Take the time to check these famous people's backgrounds. There's some weird ones. Yeah. Like Johnny Depp is definitely in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Jimmy Fallon, I'm pretty sure, is in the woods. There's some weird ones out there.
There's some guys that have actually been doing really well over there. I think they're more enjoyable now than before.
I really like the Daily Show. Trevor Noah. He's just like, whatever. He's like, we're just going to do this.
Yeah. We think he's actually more funny now than he was when he had the whole studio audience.
So I do think you see the talent, truly.
I agree. I think that, you can tell the people who have workers that they yell at and have people that they respect, because you learn a thing for people you respect, right? And so I don't know. I've enjoyed it very much. Every now and then I'm watching the show, I'm like, yeah, he's horrible at that. And I kind of like it a little bit. I got to admit, because it's fun to do all these things and it's rewarding. And
how we got the idea for our YouTube channels, one of the themes was actually, I was watching CNN. They had Sesame Street on virtually, how we are right now with little screens, because it's social distancing and coronavirus. And they did a town hall.
If I could get Ernie and Bert on the show, I would be stoked. I love it.
It was amazing. Yeah. They had Elmo. They had almost everybody but Bert. Actually, they had Bert. They had everybody. It was so cool. If you guys
Rubber Ducky's still my favorite song.
So great. Well, if you're a fan of Sesame Street or the Muppets, definitely check out the CNN town hall, because it was literally the Sesame Street characters were talking to you about what was going on in the world, but in a fun way. And you were forgetting in a moment that the world was different and that they just kind of made you feel better. And I thought, why isn't Disney doing this? Why haven't we heard from Mickey Mouse? I know they have talking Mickey Mouse. We've met him. Why don't we hear from?
I want to hear from Sam the Eagle.
All you have to do is just give him a camera and hear from, or even Cinderella. That's what I really wanted, or what I was dreaming of, was Cinderella coming to you from her castle saying, you know what? I'm in the castle. Everything's good. I'm really good at cleaning, as we know. So all's well.
That's good.
But I was just thinking, how neat would it be to hear from your favorite characters? And I said, Chris, we got to do this. And I have friends that are friends of the characters. And so I said, can we call them up and ask them to be on the show? So every Monday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, we go live with the Disney characters of the theme of that week. Tomorrow is the Muppets and Muppet Friends and Disney Puppeteers. So there's a lot of really special people that are going to be doing Tiki Room auditions because the old birds have been fired.
I think I saw it on your Instagram today. I feel like I'm a little upset about it, to be honest.
It's really cool. And then the week after, we have Abe Lincoln, from a very famous Disney actor, doing Hall of Presidents with us for Memorial Day. And the following week,
we're going to see how his beard is.
Yes, maybe he cut it for quarantine. Maybe he's let it go. We'll see. But he's a very famous favorite. We'll just say friend of the Frozen show as well. So for those of you, but also June 1st, finally, I get Cinderella, who's going to come live from Cinderella's castle on the show and tell us what's going on. What to expect. Is she dancing all the time with her Prince Charming? How are the mice? I just want to know everything. So basically, every week we have a theme, and then afterwards we have guest panelists to talk about the theme of that week. Last week we had Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and we did a whole virtual tea party with our friends Jenna and from Resort TV One and Jackie from Super Enthused, and we talked all the Disney tea, like the rumors of what was actually going on, the openings, and things like that. And tomorrow we'll have the actual Muppeteers, and then things of that sort. So every week you also get to hear from Disney celebrities as well as Disney, aficionados, and panels to discuss basically like a live talk show. So every Monday we get to basically bring the Disney characters to you, but also the Disney fun with our friends.
I love it. I want to buy stock in it. That's awesome. I love it.
Oh yeah. But you have to be on the show.
Yeah.
Anytime. You can meet, whether it's Ernie and Bird or the Tiki Birds or whatever, I am there. You have some posters that we talked about a little bit, but I want you to tell them about that because that's new. And also you have a charity shirt that I want to make sure we talk about. And then I'm going to talk about my sponsor here in a minute. But before we get too deep in there, I don't want to forget those two things. So please, what do you got behind you there?
Well, when we were, basically in quarantine, I said, I want to keep bringing the magic at home, whether it's through Instagram, whether it's through YouTube. But I said to Chris, I was like, what else can we do? And realistically, these were meant originally to be pieces of art. They're not done like most Disney shirts where it's just like some words that say like, I ate a Mickey bar, or whatever. Like these were all meant to be that if you took them off the shirt and you cut the shirt, you could frame it, and it's a work of art. Yeah. And so I said, Chris, let's make prints. But I didn't want to do it where it's just massive posters that were bad quality. I was like, let's only make 100 of each. They're big, as you can tell. And each one is a print number. Like how real art works is an artist only does a certain number of prints. And so that way people that are Lake Buena Visitor fans or art fans can have a number in the line.
Millennium Falcon fans.
Yeah, they can trade them. It's technically collectible now as well. Cool. So it makes it a little bit more fun, almost like pin trading than just having a poster or a print. And also, again, I wanted to make sure it was like really good quality. So I've got to make them that these are art pieces that people can have in their house.
I love it. Well, and there's people that do limited edition shirts. Do you guys do that ever?
We always feel bad when we like sell out, so that's probably why we haven't done that.
Yeah, haven't done limited edition shirts yet, but maybe you've given us the idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe for like our biggest Lake Buena.
You can either say we're running out of stock, or you can say they're limited.
To be honest, we were thinking that I don't want to call it a limited edition, but we were really only doing one thing of the shirts for what you were speaking about, our charity shirt, which you were going to next.
Originally it was just going to be one and done. But there was such a big explosion of people that wanted it, and so
awesome.
Influence that we had to make sure we had more to help out the charities that we were trying to help out.
Now we're going to make it a year-round shirt because it was so popular. I never would have expected the amount also from all over the world that people bought it is insane. One person $30 to send it to Australia.
Wow.
So
I think that was Australian dollars, so I don't know what that translates to.
I hope it was good. If you're in the chat, thank you. That was really nice of you.
So that is themed on It's a Small World, though, right? Why don't you share it with the chat about the shirt, please?
Sure. So Chris and I, felt there was obviously we need to give back. Feeding America and Salvation Army are helping people that really need it right now. We forget in the Disney bubble that there are people suffering. And one day Chris and I were driving by the food bank here in Orlando, and the lines were insane. It was, I couldn't stop tearing up, and we forget that just blocks from the Magic Kingdom, there's these people in pain because there's such a disconnect. It's really weird. It's almost more jarring because it's so close to something so magical. Mm-hmm. And I said to Chris, I was like, we have to do something. And we have the power of having a large audience that maybe might like a design. But I said, but the design has to be amazing. Because, I was like, we gotta do well and give back. Like, we can't fail at giving back to a charity. And so I thought, I wish Mickey could hug all of us. And so Chris came up with the concept of what if Mickey was hugging the world, all of us. And so you have him with his gloves,
so cool,
holding the world. And it just, and the colors are so vibrant and beautiful. It's hopeful. So not only is it a great year-round shirt, even after the pandemic, because that was the other thing. We didn't want to make it a shirt that just reminded you we were all sick at one point in time. You know what I mean? Because realistically, one day we want to all forget this. Yeah. Or just remember this happened.
Well, I survived wouldn't be such a bad.
Yeah, like a year down the road, we'll make us survive the But this was not supposed to be.
Yeah, I was like, I want to make this year round. That this is just Mickey loves us and we love Mickey. And so originally I was like, it's got to be able to work for Epcot, Animal Kingdom. And it does, whether it's Earth Day, Animal Kingdom with the Earth, Epcot with the Earth, of course, World Showcase. So it ended up being a great year-round shirt, and we sold so many. We sold out within the first hour. That was shocking. Yeah, a lot of times we'll underprint because we don't realize I guess what people like. Sam the Eagle. I kid you not, we sell out of that constantly.
You know how long?
You would never guess in a million years how popular Sam Eagle is.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Always confuse us, but make us happy.
Yep.
I kid you not, we sell out at least every 3 weeks, and people are on the waiting list.
I don't know when I saw it, but I can tell you within 4 seconds of seeing it, I knew I was buying it. Sam the Eagle, come on, Sam the Eagle's rock.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I mean, it's great. A lot of time, even this one too. We've sold out of this, the Mandalorian. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's a subtle metallic.
Oh,
so it's not like glitter.
I thought you were going to say you could tell it was Mando.
It's the
no,
best
I guess you can't, but it's still sweet.
Yeah, I was like, Mando's not going to wear glitter. You know what I mean?
No.
So we wanted it to look at
right.
feel, when he melts it for his armor. I wanted it to look that way. And I was like, Chris, I can't tell you how many times we've had to try different dyes and mixing paints. It's like chemistry to come up with this Beskar steel.
I got to stop you because I've just seen the comment from Extraordinary Larry right now. For what it's Earth, your shirt is awesome.
Puns are awesome.
Extraordinary Larry.
It's the best.
That is great. So I just dropped their link right now to their Etsy channel. We're going to give away one of your shirts tonight, by the way. We'll do that at the very, very end. So you got to stay till the end. Somebody make sure I notice that we got 5 minutes left, so I make sure I do that now that I announced it. We'll figure out how to give it away. I'll probably ask some silly Disney trivia question or something, but whatever. Or maybe I'll make
Are there any questions we've missed from you guys?
There's been a lot of conversation in there. Why don't we look for questions while I talk about my sponsor? My sponsors, Bill Jr. and Bill Sr., Bill Guerrero Jr. and Sr. are Magic the Mouse. They have Magic Mouse TV, their YouTube channel. They also have a podcast. Check it out where podcasts can be found. They're also co-hosts of Bush League Baseball, a show we do on now Tuesday nights. But they're my friends. They're awesome. Check out their podcast. Check out their YouTube channel. Their most recent video on their YouTube channel is all about Walt Disney World and Orlando, and it's right up our alley today because you guys, you just moved to Orlando, right? Didn't you say that? You just
Yes.
How is that? Because I've got some friends, a couple of my members. I was talking to a buddy today. I am the only one I feel that's left that doesn't live in Orlando. Can you please leave at least one house for me? How do you love it so far? Tell me it's not humid.
Well, we got here during the pandemic, so it's been cool in our house.
Just before.
No, but we had a good month of enjoying Disney here and there, but we were still getting settled and things like that. So we look forward to hearing fireworks again in the background one of these days once things go back to normal. But again, if you love Disney and you love great weather, I highly recommend it.
So I love Orlando. I can't wait to move there someday. The problem is I also love my wife, and she hates humidity.
Oh, it's very good for your health.
It is.
It's very good for my health to stay married to my wife. So we're going to figure it out. Hey, Corey Meets World in the house. What's going on? Hey, Caitlin, I see you in there too. JLB Nerdy in the house. Guys, I'm not ignoring you in chat. I just don't want to miss.
If there's any questions from you guys, sorry, we missed them. Feel free to message them again right now. And hi, Corey Meets World. Hi, Kay Atwood. Hi, Hitchhiking Bones. I see a lot of you we know. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Now, you mentioned, we're going to give away a shirt at the end, but you mentioned you might have a discount code for the people who are in chat today. Something special?
Yes.
Did that happen?
Dole Whip will get you 10% off of anything in the store.
I happen to love Dole Whip. I don't know.
And we've actually never done a coupon that gets you, Dole Whip. Everything in the store, including the tanks, these.
Everything.
Everything.
So how can they use that? So, and is it just for tonight or is it forever? Tell them what they need to do.
Yep.
Because we thought we would, praise Dole Whip's dad, and
You're my favorite now.
You forever have now been inscribed in the Lake Buena Visitors Hall of Fame.
Yeah, if I tell my wife that, it's going to cost me lots of dollars. So.
Oh, you guys need to match like us.
Yeah.
See, look.
Actually, you guys look great, but me and my wife don't need to match. I made that clear to her early on.
But see, we don't match exact.
Really
we made a point that we don't wear the exact shirt.
Nice. There you go. I appreciate that.
Blend.
Yes.
It makes for better photos to remember your trip,
or
to hang out around the house.
Age right there. So we got to talk about your love of Disney. Obviously. Well, where did you guys move from? I don't even think I know where you moved from. You were up north somewhere. Well,
because of soccer, we move a lot. Where we live. Where haven't we lived, Chris?
You can't just be on Team Orlando all your life?
For the past 5 years. Hold on. We've lived in Canada, Scotland, England, Wales, Southwest Florida, Minnesota,
Canada,
Portland.
Portland.
I forgot about Portland.
Yeah.
So all the cold places in Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we moved here, because we got so sick and tired of. We kept going. It seemed like every team I was playing for was getting more and more north, more north.
The list you just gave wasn't
we decided we got to go south.
So when I was a kid, growing up in San Diego, I was a baseball guy and a football guy, but we had a great indoor soccer. You're too young probably to remember the
San Diego Sockers.
Yeah, baby, they were amazing. I went to all the games. It was like pinball soccer though. It was like 49-17 in the first quarter. Julie B, Bronco Segota. I don't know. Julie B actually became a great coach. You may even know him because, I don't know. But I loved soccer when I was young, and then I got kicked in the shin, and I'm like, I'm out of here. Thank you very much. But I love it. I love that you do that. And I actually, this is a little off topic, but when I was a kiddo, we used to have exchange students in my house. My mom and my dad would have exchange students, and we had German Junior World Cup people that came to us now and then. It was awesome. They were high level, and anyway, you would have loved them. They were great. Andy and Hakeem. I don't know. It was a long time ago, but I had soccer in our house big time. Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool. But let's talk about you and Disney. Who loves Disney more? Is this going to be an argument? Is it obvious? I need to know.
He's more like a historical buff. Like he can tell you when a movie was made or like what happened behind the scenes. I think the only time I've ever seen him fangirl is what I'll call it. Would be fanboy. I don't know what you guys would call it. Was when we met.
Well, I don't call it fangirl, but you can call it whatever you want.
Yeah, the animator for Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah. It
was by accident. I forget her name. She's one of the few female animators from the original Sleeping Beauty and all of the older animations. And she was basically one of the trailblazers for women in animation.
That's so cool.
Yep.
And she told us stories about Walt Disney himself and all of her. And again, she was one of the main six on the film.
So
you can see her
before her, women only worked on the films to be color cell creators. So that basically they'd be painting the cells after all the men would basically draw out the cells. She was one of the first women to actually create and draw the cells, not just color them. So she was saying she actually drew Aurora, and she drew what is it? The Maleficent, right? Yeah. She drew Maleficent.
That was really cool. But I think he was. I thought
it was cool. So
my joke, he was going to leave me for
It was cool because it was during
in awe of her.
It was during the art festival and over at Epcot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We happened to just be stopped to watch a performance, and she was standing next to us, or she was next to us, and we just started to chat, and that's how it. That's how it all.
Random, just talking
completely
to
random.
Oh no, she said she liked the shirt.
Yeah, that's what it was. She liked
our Art of Imagination shirt, and she goes, where can I get one?
That's what it was.
I was like, oh, we have a shop, but it was complicated because she's elderly, so she's like, I don't have Etsy, and I was like, well. I was like, if you give us your card, we'll write. And she goes, she gives the card, and I'm like, are you part of Disney's team? And then she explained the story. I was like, oh my god! I was like, I need to send you the Maleficent shirt, and I need to send you our Sleeping Beauty shirt, and I need to, and then we showed her pictures of our Stay Woke Sleeping Beauty shirt, and I said, and she was like, oh, that's magnificent, and we've become pen pals.
Wow.
But that's, I would say, Chris is more the technology, Disney animation, Disnerd, history buff, and also Marvel, Star Wars. Whereas
Star Wars, I would say if there's a competition between Star Wars, there's no
Triple P said Chris.
There's no competition with Star Wars between me and Maria.
Yeah, he explains sometimes when I'm missing something. I'm like, wait, no, that's not supposed to happen. He's like, no, this is the timeline.
Yes.
But when it comes to just old school Disney, loving characters, I think that's kind of how my Mini Maria Mouse account became big, was I would just document me playing with characters and having fun. Because for me, growing up, I have a chronic health condition that landed me in the hospital for almost 10 years growing up. And so Disney was my outlet, and I would have these little toys called Little People that were little Disney people, and I would talk to them, and the day came when I got to go to actual Disney World and actually talk to these characters. I just like a mile a minute talked and talked. I mean, they probably go, whoa, she really has a lot to say. So I love them. I think the characters are so neat. I love seeing, the old rides in Magic Kingdom. Anything Disneyland retro as well. Like, so I guess anything Walt movies. I could recite like every animation. So between the two of us, we covered the whole Disney empire. Yeah.
Your story about the animator is spectacular. I mean, I can't imagine, like, when you create something and somebody loves it, it's obviously awesome. Obviously, you create shirts and people tell you how it's awesome. But when you get the lady who created some of it, or at least got to draw some of it, saying, "Hey, that's next level."
Yeah, Mary. She's in my she's in our highlights on Instagram. There's a highlight section.
Yeah.
And I documented even the video. I took video of just him and her talking and talking, also drawing, because again, he designs all of these. I may come up with an idea, but he's the artist. So they talked artwork and craft, and I was like, I have to document this moment. So I literally, usually I'm in front of the camera a lot. I was like, okay, this is this is the moment. I want to make sure we never.
That's really cool. Well, I was going to ask you about the photography. Obviously, your first Instagram, Maria, your first Instagram.
Yeah, Mini Marie Mouse. No, you got it. That's okay.
It's spectacular. It's really, lighting, photography, you obviously know staging. I was going to ask you, who's the photographer? It's both of you.
It used to be Chris. A lot of times, because I know TV, I'm able to work, my production magic. But I have a girlfriend of mine, Ashlyn Sanchez, who does amazing pictures. And she's kind of like my partner in crime when he has to work.
Very cool.
So I'm like, hey, I'm going to the parks, and I'm sure he hates that. But so me and my girlfriend literally go and we take pictures and have fun.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, so I mean, but at the end of the day, we do just as well with his iPhone. And at the end of the day, I do say if people want to have a great picture, make sure you have a comfortableness with your photographer, because personality in a photo, it doesn't matter how beautiful you are or how perfect your hair looks or your makeup or, hair, whatever. It's all about personality, because everybody can. Yeah, everybody can look. Yeah, everybody can look. I didn't do the haircut, by the way. He did it very well, very well. But anybody can look, great in a picture nowadays with filters and stuff.
I don't know. I'm not sure if you're nicer than me.
You look good, but nobody can actually make personality in a photo.
Amen.
You have to either have.
All you gotta do is put one of those puppy filters on your face and then a photo.
Like Larry, like extraordinary Larry.
There you go.
I did see somebody had a question for you, Chris. What was your favorite shirt design? I think from Kay Atwood.
Great question.
Great favorite shirt design.
Yeah.
I don't really have one favorite. I mean,
they're all like our children almost.
I'm always partial to the Sam Eagle shirt that you're wearing, just because it was one of the first ones I made.
I love it.
I think to be honest, I'm a big fan of the Art of Imagination shirt. Which we made like with Figment on it. I think that looks really awesome. There's a lot of them. I mean, all the Star Wars shirts.
I will say we won't put anything out that we aren't in love with. If it's not perfect or exact, I guess that's creative as can be. I mean, even like I said, this took 3-4 months because we had to find the perfect steel. Like literally, this is a metallic steel to reimagine Beskar steel. If it could put on a shirt for Mandalorian. So it's hard to pick.
And then I will say this. I was nervous putting out the It's a Small World shirt because when I say nervous, because I drew Mickey by hand without him. I drew that whole thing by hand of him holding the earth and hugging the earth. Wow. And so I was a little nervous on how it was actually going to turn out because I literally did the whole thing drawing by hand. So I was a little bit nervous about it, but
the countries, like the outline of Africa and everything. So
I was a little nervous about it.
I told him, I was like, this looks good. It's okay. Yeah. It's all right.
When that came out okay, when I saw the final product of that, I was very, very pleased and very happy because, like I said, you have to do him justice. You have to do Mickey justice, obviously, because he's the OG. But it was. I was nervous about that one probably the most just because of drawing it by hand, but I think it came out great as well.
Oh, it looks great. I love it. Orlando guy has a great question. Do you have licensing clearances with Disney? I know that Disney, well, obviously Disney has backed off a little bit on Etsy people, but, well, I'll shut up. How do you work around that? Like, you're creating art, but it's other people's characters. I would love to hear a little bit on that side.
So technically, as long as you take something and you can kind of tweak it to a certain extent, it is allowed. We do have licensing with the Muppets, which is great, but not through other Disney characters. To get a Mickey or to get a Donald, it's very rare to find some of these bigger characters and things of that sort. But we have a great lawyer who has helped us to kind of navigate.
That's a great thing. I'm glad you said that. I guarantee there are people in here who are like, how can I do something like this?
Yeah, so if anybody wants to do designs, I highly recommend make sure you pair up with a lawyer that you know well and trust, that knows design and basically apparel and marketing law. And so they're able to tell us what we can get away with, what we need to change or do.
Sure.
And hopefully, I mean, the goal is to one day be a part of Disney, and then we can do whatever. That means, there's a reason why Mickey's face is blocked out in the earth, by the way, too. But also because it looks better. But we can't use Mickey's actual face.
Yeah, it's interesting, though.
Yeah, there's little tidbits, like we're able to put the gloves in, because it's not, and also our own brew. It's interesting, but there's a lot of people that on Etsy just don't even care.
Yeah,
but
a lot
of times they'll get taken down. I mean, people will, it just depends. But yeah, I mean, I highly recommend anybody starting a shop, just get a good lawyer that will help you navigate all of that and how to copyright your images and things like that. And then I did see a good question from Larry. Larry's our good friend. Larry, if you would ever make a T-shirt with Instagram walls. Now, I'm going to take this question because part of the other thing with our designs, I wanted to make sure that all of our designs were timeless. My problem with a lot of the shirts out there is they don't stand the test of time. 10 years from now, you'll look at it and you'll go, what did it mean to be a childless millennial, or what was the fad at the time, and your kid will look at it and go, I don't know what this means. What was Bad Bay or like what? I wanted to make sure that every design stood that 50 years from now, someone would see it and be like, that's cool. Or your grandchildren will want to wear it. Because I take all my mom's Disney clothes and I would wear them because the 70s merchandise was amazing. And so I said to Chris, I was like, anything we design has to stand the test of time. And I have to say massive credit to him. Everything
so far, I think we're there.
Yeah. So I can say that nothing we have is a fad shirt, if that makes sense. So my only issue with the walls is what if they paint over them one day? So those Disney walls that are popular now, will they be popular 2 years from now? Yeah. Will our kids, will Larry's puppies know what a wall is? Oh, by the way, Larry's a dog. Anybody in the chat room? Oh, please do the Eagles chant. Chris.
EAGLES, Eagles!
So this has been
there
such
you go, Stacy.
Until right then. What? You guys are too nice to be Eagles fans. Friends don't let friends root for the Eagles, in case you were wondering. But that's right. Do you have a baseball team? I have to ask now that you got
Phillies. Yeah, we're originally from, I guess when you were saying when we moved so much, I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, as well as Philadelphia.
And I grew up in South Jersey, which is basically Philly.
Stacey, I saw every single one of the comments. I was going to ignore them, but I couldn't do it. Yeah. I'm Triple P. I don't like the Steelers either, but compared to the Eagles, I love the Steelers. But that's a whole other conversation. We'll have to have you on our NFL Watch.
I was born into being an Eagles fan. Before I was even born, my parents had Eagles season tickets, and they actually had to get rid of them because there was a 10-year wait period to get a fourth ticket, like a wait list. So they couldn't take me in, and so they had to get rid of them.
True or false? Eagles fans threw snowballs at Santa Claus. True or false?
True.
Okay. So do we really?
We also threw beer bottles at Ryan Howard when he bust his Achilles trying to run out a pop fly in the playoffs. I was at that game.
Were you really? Were you the guy throwing the beer bottle?
No. I was tempted to throw a
You
pretzel.
have a good arm. I don't know if I believe you.
I was tempted to throw a pretzel, but I was still hungry, so I was eating.
I've heard Ryan Howard is a nice guy. He had some massive years for you people. Come on.
Yes, he did. He did.
He did. All right. Well,
he got booed off the field for busting his Achilles.
Philly fans are tough.
Is that the word for him? I don't know. You guys are trying to prove me wrong on Phillies fans, but it ain't gonna happen. Sure, Paul says
passionate. I'm just passionate. That's all it is.
James Ryan. James Ryan. We used to be friends.
Yeah, James Ryan.
Yeah, James Ryan. All right, so let's get back to your love of Disney. Is it the movies? Is it the parks? I sense it's the parks, but I think, well, I don't know. Looks like it's got.
I think for all of us, it started with the movies.
Yeah.
You know, that's what brought, and I mean, that's the one neat thing about what we're all doing here is we're bringing Disney magic into the home because that's how it started. Walt, started, of course, the TV channel that then geared, bringing every day the magic into people's home, not just a movie once, a year or however long it was. And so for all of us, I think the movies, we watch Disney movies every week, at least a couple of them, ones we've seen. So I would say definitely the films.
I mean, now that we have Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
It's great. I mean, it's great to watch some of the old films that I used to watch growing up. I mean, I remember to this day that I had the Cinderella and Lady and the Tramp on VCR tape growing up. And the Rescue Rangers and Tailspin, and it's just I used to watch all that stuff growing up.
Yeah.
And I was a little kid. Yeah.
What about you, Maria? What are your favorite movies?
Oh, favorite Disney movies? That's hard. Oh my God. It's one thing I will say, I never cry in movies. I didn't cry in Titanic. I didn't cry in all the movies we're supposed to cry in. I cry all the time in Disney films at the end. And Princess and the Frog, Onward that just came out. He knows he'll just bring tissues. Monsters Inc. with Boo. I'm constantly crying in the movies. I just think that's such a soulful way of bringing stories to life. I don't know. I would say if I had to pick a favorite princess, Tiana or Cinderella, a favorite character would always forever be Mickey. I love Mickey. He bought me a giant Mickey, and we have him all over the house. He's like, he's almost like a live doll that just in different spots doing different things. So I think I could pick one movie. I don't know. What does the chat room think? Do they have a favorite movie? Do you have a favorite movie?
I would love to hear. Oh, Lion King. The first date. No, the first movie that I took my wife on a date with Lion King. And so that's, it's a great movie anyway, and it's kind of a family thing. But I love them all. I do. And like you were saying, I love the nostalgia. I love the old stuff. I love going downstairs, or I don't even have to go downstairs, but I go downstairs, get in the comfy chair, ask the kids what Disney movie you want to watch, and almost anything there. It's really kind of magical. I love it. Robin Hood, Triple P. I love Robin Hood. That's one of my favorites. That's a great one.
It's such a good one.
I'm a big fan of all the Winnie the Pooh movies.
Oh, we love Winnie the Pooh. Oh, so much.
I used to watch them growing up as well. All the Winnie the Pooh movies.
Good stuff.
Sword in the Stone. That's a good one. I love too. I haven't heard anybody say that in a while. Wow, Flight of the Navigator. I remember that. That was good
stuff.
And then all the Mighty Ducks movies as well.
Oh yeah, and we went when we lived in Minnesota to all the places they filmed at, wearing our jerseys, our Mighty Ducks jerseys.
I got a Charlie Conway jersey.
Yeah, very cool.
We recreated the moments in the film on Instagram. Yeah, even there's a Mickey's Diner that's in the film, and I got more excited it was called Mickey's than. It didn't register. It was from the Mighty Ducks, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is the Mighty Ducks."
I love it. I love it. So many good answers in chat. Stay away from Pete's Dragon. Wow, that's my wife's favorite movie. Watch out, Orlando guy. Jungle Book, Peter Pan. Chris has an interesting question. Back to soccer. By the way, crying. I cry if the Eagles beat the Cowboys, but I don't want to talk about it. Chris Logan says, "What's Chris's prediction for soccer coming back? I know NBA starts practicing next week. Baseball's got a plan that I guess they're unveiling to the players. I'd love to hear your thoughts."
Everyone has a plan, and realistically, every league is kind of on the same page. What we do is going to be similar to what baseball does, what basketball does. The only one that's kind of on their own is football, because obviously they're not really playing right now. They're hoping that everything just gets cleared up by September when.
Yeah, hopefully.
So realistically, when you see baseball coming back and you see maybe the NBA coming back to finish up the rest of their season into the playoffs, that's when soccer probably will come back as well. There's been a couple of different rumors and talks of what's going to happen, but nothing is set in stone yet. But
when does the season start if the calendar is solid? If they
So,
get to
so the season is actually 2 games into the season right now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Well, there you go.
We started March 6th, I believe.
I thought it was later. Okay. Okay. Wow.
So we started March 6th, and we had 2 games on the season, and then the pandemic hit. And so everything
How long does it take for an athlete at your level to get up and running? Obviously, you're in good shape, but you're not playing every day. How long in soccer would it take? Is it
to put it in an example, we're given every year it's a 6.5 week preseason, and so when March 6th came up, we were always report the last week of January to our equivalent of spring training, how baseball. Sure. It's basically 6 weeks until everyone's up and running, and then the season starts. So if they're trying to do something similar, they'll probably cut it down a little bit because they want to get the league up and running, this game's up and running. And so it might be like a 4-week, 3-week turnaround of, okay, here's what we're doing.
And I think our sports friend Joey's World has a great sports channel as well. Hey, Joey.
Hey,
Joey. He said Miracle as a great Disney film, too.
Oh, there you go. That's a great one.
We went and we recreated at the statue where the guy is, the coach. So that's also in Minnesota. Yeah. But yeah, no, Disney has great sports movies. So what a better place to, have his career with soccer here in Orlando and get to live out our Disney dream at the same time.
And that reminds me, so you're an Orlando pro athlete. We've got, who is it? The Lopez brothers are obviously very famous in the NBA and very famous in the Disney World for being, Disney nuts like us. How do your teammates react to your love of Disney?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, they've wanted to buy shirts, and I was like, I feel bad. I was like, I feel bad. Like
everyone wants to buy shirts, and we're fine.
That's sweet. Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
I gotta be honest. I want the Lopez brothers on my show, so if you know them, hook me up. That would be pretty cool.
We know a lot of Philly athletes.
Yeah,
we're just new to Orlando. But we'd love to meet Shaq.
Yeah, I love Shaq. I've actually met Shaq. Yeah. You know who's better than Shaq?
Who?
Shaq's mom, who I've also met.
Oh, I'm sure.
I've worked with the Boys and Girls Club since '93, and they're both in the Boys and Girls Clubs of America Hall of Fame. And he's hilarious, and she's way more funny. I'm in love with her.
I imagine.
Yeah.
He's on my list of people to meet.
Well, a bunch of people said they've bought our shirts or are wearing them tonight.
All right.
James, Ryan, Billy A. Thank you guys so much.
Guys.
Love that. You know what, guys, you should do? Take a picture of it and throw it on your Instagram and then tag them.
Tag us so we can repost you.
Exactly.
It's amazing. Obviously our YouTube channel we just started 2 weeks ago, so we don't have a ton of views. We have like 500 a video, but on Insta Story we have 3,000 on average people viewing our Insta Story, which is crazy to me that just an Insta Story has kind of become like a TV show in a way, the way I do it. So please do tag us so I can brag and show you guys off, because honestly we look at you guys like family. We get to be a part of your Disney memories, which for us is an honor. And when people ask us what's the best thing about having, whether it be the YouTube or the Instagram account or the apparel company, I would say with the apparel company, getting to be a part of your memories and a part of your family, through our artwork.
What a good attitude. I love that. People go to Disney and it's lifetime sometimes trips. I mean, we get to go more than the average bear, but people go there for their once in a lifetime trips, and they're wearing your stuff sometimes.
And the first time we saw somebody in the parks wearing our shirt, we didn't know them, and I ran up to her and I said, "Can I take a picture with you?" And she was like, "What the hell?" I mean, she didn't know who I was, because again, people find our stuff from the internet.
Sure.
So I took a picture with her and I was like, "Oh, we made that," and she was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool."
You bought it for me.
Yeah. So yeah, that was. But still, whenever we see somebody in the park wearing our shirt, we're in awe. But also just through Instagram or social media, or even the reviews people leave us on our Etsy. Most people get like just a 5-star or quick comment, good shipping, good quality. People write long essays and we read every single one, and they mean the world to us. I've cried from your comments. So thank you. I mean, there's one woman telling us that, this was for her child who had cancer, and They wanted to do a Cinderella party for, and I mean, and it was a long. Read the comments if you're ever bored. They're beautiful, and they literally. Cool. I tell Chris if we ever have a bad day, just to read your messages,
right?
And the word to us. Yeah,
I can only imagine. That is so neat. Jennifer has a great question. I'm going to talk to about our sponsor one more time after this, and then ask you about some future plans. But first, Jennifer has a great question. Do you make couples shirts? We talked about that a little bit. I think that's a great.
Well, the way I always felt that I never wanted things to be what would be the word gimmicky, because like Disney does one where there's these the seagulls from Finding Nemo that say he's mine, she's mine, and I feel like maybe 15 years from now we might all look at the picture and go,
I actually own. Me and Paula probably own.
That's okay. That's all right. See, but there was no other options for you to pick from.
Yes. Yeah.
So I get it. No, because I made him wear a matching shirt on our first Disneyland trip.
Yes.
It was a terrible iron-on Mickey Minnie with their heads, and he was like, "This is terrible." I made him wear a matching shirt for Thanksgiving. That was awful. That he will never let me live down.
That was one of the reasons.
These are ones we bought. Yeah. These are ones we bought from other people, not because there was an option that, and that's actually he was like, "I'm making the shirts."
Yep.
He's
You're
like, "No,
totally right.
I have more." So we try to make it cool, like for couples to be able to wear like Star Wars, where you can mix and match and look cool. So on our page, we do a lot of shirts where there's they complement each other.
Yeah.
So that you can kind of look hip, or if you're not together in the picture, you still look cool. But we do have a sweetheart shirt that is a kind of a couple's shirt. We did all of the famous Disney couples in history and put them on the Candy Sweethearts.
Yes.
I don't think I've
seen that one. Lillian.
That's probably the closest thing to a couple.
Yeah, I would say.
But it's actually, I think it's better than just the he's mine, or
it's not. Yeah,
not her beast, his Belle.
Yeah, we wanted to make them again artwork. As I mentioned earlier, every shirt isn't something that you could create on your own. I always want people to feel that they bought something that they could not create themselves. And so the Sweetheart shirt is probably one of my favorite. There's a great picture of us on a carousel he's wearing the white version, which is more for the guy, and I'm wearing the pink one. But again, it's neat to have all these famous characters that we sometimes forget that are couples that are famous loves. And it ended up being a year-round Disney shirt. Originally, we did it for Valentine's Day, but people buy it year-round and wear it in the parks. And it's really cute. We had someone that got engaged where they wore the shirt together, and I was like, oh, that's so cute.
See, that's so cool. You create something, they buy it from you, they're wearing it, and it's part of their life, their family, their memories now.
Oh, and that's, again, it's such an honor. And like I said, anytime we have a bad day, I always tell people we've never had a bad day because of you guys. So thank you.
So I want to talk about my sponsor one more time, then we're going to give away a shirt, and we've got some great questions. We're going to run out of time before we get to all of them.
That's an amazing question. He's going to love to answer that.
Well, hold off real fast. Bill and Bill Guerrero, Jr. and Senior, are Magic the Mouse TV. Magic Mouse TV is their YouTube channel. Magic the Mouse, the podcast, is the podcast. They're awesome. They're my friends, and they're the sponsor of this show and the show that comes after this, Creator Talk, with me and my co-host Lynn in about a half hour, talking about YouTube things. But Bill is awesome. Get over to the podcast, give them a look, give them a listen. Great production value, great information. They're my friends, and they're awesome. Also, check out their most recent video on their YouTube channel. Like I said, Magic the Mouse TV, a really cool retrospective kind of thing on Orlando. It's awesome. You'll like it. I love them, and you will too. Prince Charming, you dressed up as what?
He did. So for Halloween, we make the shirts for Halloween as well. I would say that's probably one of my favorite things too. We have amazing. They're not even Halloween. Again, I wanted to do something year round where people could get their bang for their buck, because again, you get a shirt, you wear it once, and then what do? So I said, Chris, let's make a villain shirt so that way people can wear it outside of Halloween. Let's make a Haunted Kingdom shirt so it's kind of like Haunted Mansion, so you can wear it year round. And then we did a Nightmare Before Christmas with the man-eating wreath, that it's also a Christmas shirt. So it's Halloween and Christmas. But it's hot in Orlando. And so, I said, look, give me, Chris, one day where you'll wear a costume. And I said, will you be Prince Charming in the full-on heavy-duty costume? He said yes. And he'll tell you, do you regret it? It was so hot. It was 98 degrees.
Happy wife, happy life. That's what
Amen,
they say.
Right? I got one of those too, my friend.
Let me just say, our wedding pictures are not up in our house, but the Cinderella and Prince Charming picture
I'm pretty sure it's my backdrop on my
phone.
phone.
Oh, it is. It's the backdrop on the phone. The pictures are so beautiful and memorable. And honestly, he looks like Prince Charming, and so little girls were stopping him nonstop in the park. It was this that he said that was the highlight of it was little girls also because you never see Prince Charming. I wish Disney did more of that.
Yeah. Then we only almost got kicked out by security.
So you can't. What happens is you can't create a crowd, especially I'm sure now.
Kids can dress up, adults can't. They're pretty blunt.
Yeah. So Disney security was nice enough to
they were
offer.
They were following us
to basically help be
security. Hashtag goals.
Yeah, but I explained to them, I said, by you being security, you're making us look more like the real Cinderella and Prince Charming.
Yep.
Because now, who wouldn't? Cinderella, of course, would have security with her Prince Charming. So it made it worse. So that's when we quickly, I think we only lasted 2 hours with Resort TV 1. I was like, we got to get out because people just kept crowding. So, there, like I said, he made a very good Prince Charming, but it was hot. But it did make some amazing memories. I said, what girl doesn't want to imagine being in front of the castle with Prince Charming, and I got to have that moment. So I said, Chris, whatever you want. You want to go be in the WWE wrestling rink one day? I'll make it happen. Whatever your miracle dream come true is, we'll make it happen. I got mine. I had Prince Charming in front of the castle.
We're all recording this. We've got it forever. She said it. I've got it on recording. So
thank you.
Yes.
Guys, if you didn't expect this to be I have all these questions. I didn't even get to them. It doesn't matter. Did I not prove to you these guys are awesome? Thank you so much for doing this. I want to ask you about the future before we go. Can we go a couple more minutes?
We're having a blast as long as you want. As long as you stay up with us.
Well, I appreciate that. I never want to be rude to my guests, but we'll close this up here pretty quick. But Mando season 2, how do people who have ideas for you, do they inundate you with ideas? Do you have more ideas than you can ever get to? Because you're wearing a Mando shirt. I can't wait for season 2.
We have a whiteboard in the house that takes up a wall, and it's all of our to-come shirts. Because it takes to make a shirt right. I would say definitely anybody in the room that buys a Disney apparel item from an Etsy shop or from a small shop, if it doesn't take a while to make it, that probably means it's ironed on or poorly done.
That's why I asked you about Mando season 2, because I wanted to actually, and we're going to run out of time.
We try to plan 3 to 4 months in advance.
There you go. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, so it took forever to find the perfect tint. I refused. I said, no, that's too dark gray, or that's too light gray, or that's I would say even from now, I think it was Triple P that mentioned about Ahsoka. Yeah, we've actually even already started designing with her in mind.
Oh, my daughter will have to buy that one for sure.
Knowing she's going to be on the show. But for example, Mulan. Somebody asked about Mulan.
Yeah, Caitlin asked about it. I think it was Caitlin.
Yeah, we love Mulan. So, and we know, of course, the movie got delayed, but she's actually next in our princess line. So we try to keep in mind what's coming. And I made the call, and I'm curious to think what the chat room says. I said to Chris, I don't want to make a Baby Yoda shirt because everybody is going to make a Baby Yoda shirt. Every single person will make a Baby Yoda shirt, but no one is going to think to make Mando or something that any of us, including, because I don't know, Chris may not wear Baby Yoda. I don't know. I like Baby Yoda, but nonetheless, I said, let's make something different that anybody else has out there. So that's the other thing is we try to make something really rare and unique you're not going to find somewhere else. So we even try to plan ahead of time, even characters that might be important or not important and try to predict. But a lot of people asked if we know somebody from Disney because of these posters join the Empire. So Galaxy's Edge opened in Disneyland after we made the shirts. And the theme in Disneyland months later was the propaganda posters. Yeah. And so people said, did you inspire it or what happened? Or do you know somebody and that's how you... And I said, no, we just thought, if I were the Empire, we would have propaganda posters. And Chris made it, I don't know if you can tell on my shirt or on the poster, but it has the Death Star falling apart. And that happens to be in the last movie where it's the broken Death Star. And people asked, did you know that was going to be in the movie and a major role in the movie? And I said, no, we just thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
So we've been very lucky that we've been very almost ahead of the fashion. And then we have
a few, though. I've heard you talking about a few of those things that you did something and then it kind of came to fruition.
Even actually Sam Eagle, the Regal Eagle Barbecue, was not originally going to be a Sam Eagle barbecue. And a friend of mine let me know from Disney that they had no idea Sam Eagle was so popular until you guys. So thank you. And again, it's really neat to think that maybe there was a hand in what was going to come with an attraction, a restaurant, because of the popularity of something. So again, that's really cool. That's probably, I would say, one of the other highlights of our.
I bet. Well, for me, if you're doing a Mando shirt, and I doubt you need my help, but Cara Dune is kind of my jam. Gina Carano's character. Just saying. I used to watch her on Gladiator. I love her. Her. It's like my wife and Gina Carano. I like my wife more, but it's real. I like Gina Carano. I think she's like a real kicking lady. You know what I mean? Like not a kicking lady for sure. Yeah. There's your shirt right there. I love it. All right, let's do it. A little question and give away a shirt. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to ask a question. You're going to answer it. When you type it in there, it shows up on your screen way sooner than it shows up on my screen. I'm going to pick the first person I see. Please don't get mad at me if you think it's you, but it's not you, because I'm going to pick the first person I see with the answer, all right? And then you're just going to email me. You're going to go to their website, or their Etsy shop. You're going to pick out the shirt, and then we'll hook you up tomorrow or whenever you pick out the shirt you want. You don't have to do it tomorrow, but sometime in the future, and then we'll hook you up. Make sense? So here's the question, and I want to make sure I don't lie. Let me pull it up. So ready, set, chat. Are you ready? I should probably ask. Are you guys ready for this? Gina Carano. Hit the little buttons. Ready, set. You got to answer this question. Here we go. On Lake Buena Visitors Etsy channel, the first picture on the top left is our guest in a Cars themed shirt. What the heck's it say? The main word right across his chest. What are you looking at on their channel? Yes, this makes you go to their channel, and while you're there, use the 10% code to buy a shirt. First one wins a shirt. Hurry up, people. I was like, I don't even know the answer, Chris.
I do.
Oh, Chris knows the answer. Chris knows the answer.
I need like Jeopardy background music. That is not the word. Rusty's there. It is. Oh, wow. Now it's popping out. Oh, my gosh. Like 18,000 people have it now. Let me scroll up to see who was first.
I don't know who was first.
Triple P, trustees. Oh. That was really loud. I love this Triple P. Remember me and my buddy. Triple P got it. Orlando guy got it. Lynn Project got it. Jay, everybody's getting it now. But Triple P is the first one on my screen. I will even. Now, I don't think you guys are going to think I'm lying, but because I like him so much and you guys know that, I better show everybody. I'm going to take a picture of my screen, and I'm going to show you Triple P. Bam. Bam. Triple P is the first one. I guess you can't scroll up all the way. You're going to have to trust me on that. Anyway, Josh, I already know Josh, so you already have my email. But
we
Josh,
go to their
Etsy channel. Go to their Etsy channel. Go to their Etsy page. Whatever the heck it is. Pick out a shirt. Let me know. We'll hook you up. And again, if you're already there because you went to get the answer, stay there. Use Dole Whip for what? 10% off?
Yes. That's it.
You don't have to do it tonight, but I will appreciate it if you do it tonight.
And you know what? Because we had so much fun with you, I'll tell you what. I will give away a shirt on our end to somebody who knows the answer to a question from our YouTube channel. Are you going to watch for the answer, or am I? We need to know right now so I don't piss off people. Oh, I know the answer. Well, are you picking the winner, or am I? Is what I'm asking. I don't care. Oh, whoever says it first. But I know. But it'll be different on each screen. So do you want me to pick? You pick. Okay. So hold on. Let me scroll down then. So
Triple P is the same on ours, by the way.
But I won't know the answer potentially.
Yeah.
But hold on, Maria. I might not know the answer, right?
I know, but you know what I realized? Does that mean everybody's going to click out of your YouTube channel?
I know. It depends on which. No, that you can no, and it doesn't matter anyway. Well, I'll tell you what. How about this? Because you have an Instagram account, right, Dole Whip Dad? Dole Whip Dad, because somebody got Dole Whip Dad. What the heck? Dole Whip Dad on Instagram. Dole Whipped is better. Whipped is better. All right. So how about this? After we're out of the chat room, message Dole Whipped Dad and the first person to message him this answer. Yes, that way we don't lose you guys because we want to say goodbye correctly. And so we won't be able to tell the chat who wins, but I will post it
Yes.
Sometime. I'll post it after on my Creator Talk show. How about that? So in about an hour and a half or 2 hours, the first person.
Yes.
And
That way, don't click out. Stay with us.
I like it. And then after, when we let everybody go away, it'll just be us three. You can tell me the answer if I don't. Perfect.
Exactly. Okay. In our last episode on YouTube, which is our second episode, because we're a new channel on YouTube, LBV TV, who is the main guest of honor from Disney that is in some of our favorite movies? And you have to put her full name. That's a hint. It's her.
I like it.
Yes.
So I will find the answer. DM me at Dole Whipped Dad on my Instagram. Thanks for doing that. It's very cool. And make sure you follow me because I'm really boring, but whatever. Yeah, and then I will send it to her, and we'll be giving away 2 shirts.
Yes.
That's Josh wins 1. So pick one out, buddy. Just email me. We'll hook you up tonight if you want, tomorrow if you don't want, or whenever. No hurry. And then, yeah, I don't know who the other winner is, but we will announce it. I will put it on my Instagram stories tonight, unless like I go really, really late. No, I'll do it tonight for sure.
Of course, and we love the fact that you are representing the Muppets today.
Yeah.
We were going to wear that shirt, but we thought we would all match, and that might be weird. It'd be like, oh, it's a family photo on YouTube. But because the Muppets are on our show tomorrow, we're so glad you represented for us. But yeah, please join us tomorrow, any of you in the chat, and of course you. Please come and hang out with the Muppets. And we actually, again, have live questions from the audience. We'll bring people in to ask questions on screen. And we're really excited because you also get to talk to the puppeteers too.
That's
so you
can
talk to characters and puppeteers.
Yeah. I love it. And I love you guys. I love your Etsy store. I love your channel. I love your Instagrams. And I love that you spent an hour with us. Guys in chat, get over to their Etsy. Get over to their Instagrams, both of them. Get over to their YouTube channel. It's brand new, but it's rocking. 2 live streams, already crushing it with the numbers. So get over there. You can say you knew them when.
Thank you. We don't know. We're new to YouTube, so but like I said, we worked in TV, or I worked in TV. He's been on TV.
I think you guys are going to do fine. I think
so far so fun. That's all that matters. As long as we make it fun for you guys, as well as we're having fun too.
You know what? As long as you have fun, people follow. That's pretty cool.
That's it.
Follow in the best way. So guys, thank you for being here tonight. Get over to their channel. Also, don't forget to check out my sponsor, my friend, Bill Guerrero Jr., Bill Guerrero Sr., Magic the Mouse TV on YouTube, Magic the Mouse podcast on all the places that there's podcasts. They rock. Also, Creator Talk, if you're learning how to YouTube, me and Lynn tonight, 18 minutes from now, we're talking about the 30-day Creator Challenge from Daryl Eves and some other stuff, too. It's going to be fun. Chat, you don't have to go, but you can't stay here, but you can, actually, because Creator Talk will be on live. Also, tomorrow night, what time is your show tomorrow night? 8:30?
8:30 Eastern Standard Time, yeah. Every Monday.
I think that's it. I had fun. I hope you guys in chat did. I hope you did.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
I'll say thank you to you offline here in a minute. To stay for 1 minute. That's it, people in chat. Thanks. Have the best day ever. Go wash your hands. If you're going to work, be safe. If you're staying home, thanks for staying home. And that's a good time to go buy a shirt.
And see you guys real soon.
Dole Whip, 10% off on their Etsy. See ya. Have fun storming the castle.